Then I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my Excel dashboard. Can you see my Excel? Please, can you see Excel?
Yes.
Excel screen. Okay, fine. So our manager has given us this particular project, this particular data set, and they want us to work on those insights. Now, we are trying to understand the data set first of all, before we can know what to do. So after looking at this data set, it's talking about staff, staff departments, education field, employment, gender, salary. We have established from this fact that this is an HR data set, all right, in that organization. So the next goal now is to understand what organization is this that we are working for. So let's do that. From the first column here is talking about attrition. And here you're seeing yes, no, yes, no. So what is this attrition about? Attrition is a term in an employment setting or a business setting that talks about the rate at which staff or employees in an organization leave that organization over a period of time, usually a period of 1 year. It could be quarterly, it could be monthly or yearly. All right. So now that leaving the organization is a key word. You are not talking about those staff that were fired or sent away, but those ones that left by themselves, either through resignation, through retirement, or those that just stopped work for no reason. That is what you call attrition. So it means the number of staff that has left. All right. So, for example, if you look at this number one person that says yes, attrition means has this person left this organization either through resignation or retirement or so? It said yes. If you look at this place, it says ex-employed. It means they've left this organization. So that's what attrition here means. Then business travel. These people, do they travel really? Do they travel? Each of these staff you're considering, how often do they travel over this period of time that we are considering? That's what this second column talks about. And the third column talks about the age range. So we assume that the name of the organization is CF. All right. So the CFH band simply means that this company has grouped their employee into some number of ages. Let's look. If you look here, you see that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ages. That is, those that fall between 25 to 34, those that fall between 35 to 44, 45 to 54, and those that are over 55, then those that are under 25. So each of these employee, according to their age, they fall into this range, one of these ranges here, all right? So that's what this age band is talking about. Then the next column is the CF attribute label. So the CF, it could be the staff. This is now the employee's attribute label. This attrition is talking about those that has left and those that have not left. So the CR attribute label is if a person has left, it means they are ex-employee. If they are still working here, it means they are current employee. So this column is going to help us to know how many people are active staff, how many people are still working here, and how many people has left on their own, maybe through resignation or through retirement or whatever. So it is attrition label. Can you all still hear me, please? I need feedback. Can
We
everybody
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yes,
Okay, fine.
We
yes,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear
So
you.
I'll continue.
Yes, we can hear you.
Then the next one is the department. If you look at the drop down here, you will see that this company has 3 departments: the HR department, the R&D department, and the sales department. Of course, the R&D department means the research and development department, right? So this research and development department is usually found in health-related organization, they're in charge of, carrying out constant research in the organization to, find out new developments to improve, health care, medical, whatever, whatever. So that's what they do. Then the sales, you know what the sales is. So at the point, we may be asked to know which of these departments has more staff or something like that. Is it the sales? Do we have more staff in the sale so that we know where to allocate more funds and all that, or we know the department that is, costing us more money? Then you have the sales department, the R&D department, and which other departments? The HR department. The HR department is always few because there are no much people there. Their job is just to employ and sack, keep record of, staff. Then the next one is the educational field. Each of these people, which departments are so this organization has human resources department, life science, marketing, medical, other, and technical degree. So they employ you and put you in a department according to the degree that you have. Those people that have life science degree, what department are they? Those people that have other medical degree, what department are they? And all that. So you can see that whoever has medical degree is in the research and development department. Someone with life science is still medically related, is in the R&D department. Someone that has marketing, okay, this one is technical degree, is in sales. Marketing degrees in sales, just like that, So we may want to know when we employ you, depending on your kind of degree or experience, so we can know which department to put you in. Then here we have the staff number. So this staff number is each staff has a unique number that is given to them so that in the organization, it can be easy to identify staff. You don't have to call their full name. As you can see in this entire data set, we don't have any column that has name of staff. All right, so they are identified with their staff numbers. Everybody has their staff number. I have the staff number one, number two. So once they call staff number 13, the person already knows themselves. So this is just like the staff ID. If you work in an organization, you definitely know that you have a staff ID or an employee ID, right? Then this is the staff number. The staff number is different from this staff number here. This one is just numbering them number one, number two, number three, number four. This is like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you understand? So it's different from this staff number. This is identifier, the staff ID. While this one is just the numbering, serial number from number 1 to. So from here, we can know how many staff they have. So if we come down, for example, we'll come down to the bottom and then we do want to know the total number of staff and we do something like count, and then we say we want to count, I don't know why my count is not working. Okay. So we want to count this row, then we hit enter, it will give you the total number of staff they have here. So you need to note that this is just serial number, all right? That's the difference between the two numbers. This is employee number and this is employee number. Then gender, we want to know how many female do we have, how many male do we have, how many female are in this department, how many male are in this department, and all of that. So, and then the next one is the job role, right? The job role. So what job are they doing? This female, this is a sales executive, is in this sales department. Research scientists should be where? In research and development department, right? Laboratory technicians should be in the R&D department, just like that, and so on. So the next one in the next column is the marital status. So we need to know those that are single staff, those that are married, those that are divorced. Those are the things that we know in this column. You can see they want to know if you're divorced, if you're married, if you're single. Maybe they may want to use this information if they want to give out maybe some compensations, they want to give out some gift items, or they want to do some posting. They want to consider those that are married or those that are single, so that they can, if they are posting someone that is married to a certain area, they want to consider the welfare of their family and all that. So If it's going to cost them much to carry the person along with their family, they may want to just send a single person or a divorced person. All right. So the next one is overtime. Now they want to know how many staff work overtime, how many staff do not work overtime, and all that. So they want to know how many staff work overtime during their stay in the organization. All right. Then the next one is the age. Obviously, they want to group, we have age grouping somewhere we've passed. So they want to know your age so that they'll be able to group you because they have retirement age. If you get to 55 to 56, you have to retire and all of that. So if someone that is 59, obviously, if you trace it back at the attrition, I am sure that person's attrition should be yes, they must have gone out of the place or out of if unless the retirement age is 60, then this person is still working there. Then daily rates. This daily rates now is something like uh hourly rate. If you're working, like if you go to abroad, if you're living out of Africa, they pay people per hour. So if your hourly rate is, let's say your hourly rate is $40 per hour, then they'll calculate the number of hours you've worked in a day. Maybe you worked 8 hours in a day or 12 hours in a day. Then they'll now multiply by the total number of hours you worked. They will know how much you've earned that particular day. That is what the daily rate talks about. If the daily pay is your hourly pay is $15 and you work for 12 hours in a day, so your pay for that day is going to be $15 times 12. That is how they got this one. The next one is the distance from home. They want to know where you live, your address. They have to, check how, I believe you all know this one, no need explaining. Then education wise, they want to know the certification you have, the degree you have, so that they will be able to know. I think they use this degree most of the times to determine salaries because you cannot just hold a high school certificate and then someone that is holding a master's degree you'll be earning higher than that person. So they also consider certificates when they want to do promotions. Before you get a promotion, before you get a promotion to a certain level, there has to be a certain certification that you've gotten. So, and I think it also affects the salary directly. If you are a master's degree, you cannot be earning the same thing with a high school person or a bachelor's degree person. I believe you all
Very true.
understand that. Then here, the second to the last one is talking about monthly income. How much do they pay this person monthly? That is their monthly take home. That is the meaning of monthly income. We all know that this is just like the salary. Then the last column here talks about the monthly rate. This is how much they pay the person monthly. So the difference between these two is that monthly income is your take home salary in a month. That is, it comprises of different variables such as your base salary, your allowances, your bonuses, your commissions, all of them put together constitute your monthly income. That is the total amount you take home at the end of the month. While monthly rate is the fixed amount you are paid in the month minus any other allowances, no other variables is considered, minus allowances, minus commission. For example, if your daily rates, those people that work hourly, if this company pays hourly, that is, if they are paying you $50 per hour and you work 8 hours in a day, so your monthly rate will be that number of hours you've worked. They will calculate the number of hours you worked throughout that month when they want to make payments. They multiply it by your hourly pay. If it is $50 and you've worked for maybe 2,000 hours in the month, at the end of the month, they will now pay $50 times $2,000, 2,000. That is the meaning of monthly rate. The total fixed amount you are paid minus any other commission or bonuses or anything. Do we understand this thing that I've explained between monthly income and monthly rates? Does anybody understand me? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
please, do you
Yes. Hello,
understand?
sir.
We are following.
Okay, good. So,
Yes, sir. Sorry,
s-
please, before you proceed, I have a question. From the data set here, if the monthly income is everything you take home, then monthly rate, it's your fixed, like a salary that you're being paid. So why is it that the monthly rate is more than
thank you,
the
thank
monthly
you very much,
income?
Jenny. Can you hear me all? Thank you very much, Jenny. I was just going to come to that before you meant
Hello?
you. Can you hear me? Jenny, can you hear
Yes.
me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fine. So I was just about to say that before you now brought up that question. Now, monthly
Okay.
rate is inside monthly income because monthly rate is the same thing as your base salary, while your monthly income comprises of your base salary, your bonuses, your allowances, and everything. So monthly rates cannot be higher than monthly income. So this is an error
Oh,
from this data set. This is supposed to be the
okay.
monthly income, and this is supposed to be the monthly rate. They made a
Exactly.
mistake. Yeah, they made a mistake in
Okay.
the data set, and we cannot change it. We have to work with it like that, the way it is given. Even though at the end of the day, it will give you a wrong conclusion, a wrong insight, but you can't change it. It's like that. So monthly rate cannot be higher than monthly income. This is
Okay.
a mistake. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So now we have to proceed. I believe we have understood these data sets well. And this is a question now. If you understood everything I've explained, can somebody tell me which organization is this? Which sector is this thing that we are talking about? Or just tell us the exact organization that it is.
It appears to be a medical organization, maybe pharmacy or
Thank
hospital.
you. So this is a hospital. We are working for a hospital right now, because research and development here talks about clinical research, people that are in charge of, pharmacies, doing medical research to, improve healthcare system, improve patients' health, well-being and all that. So this is clearly a hospital, and this is the HR of a hospital. All right, so fine. Let's now move into, now that we understand the data set and everything well, let's now look at the KPIs again. Number one KPI wants us to get the total count of employee. That is easy, right? Total number of employee, fine. Number two here says get the attrition. Attrition means those staff that have left. That's meaning of attrition, right? Those staff that has left us. Now, why would you want to get attrition? You want to know, of course, you want to know your total staff. You want to know those that have left. You also want to know the active staff, those that are still working with us. So this makes a lot of sense right now. So why would you want to even know the attrition? Another good thing about attrition is that you want to know how many people that are leaving. It will give you an insight to know, okay, why are these people leaving and all that. Then attrition rate. Attrition rate means the rate of people leaving. When you do the attrition rate, there's a formula for it. It is the total number of people that have left a company over the total number of people, average number of people working in that company times 100. So it is going to give you a ratio, a percentage. If the attrition rate is low, it means that the company is doing well. The staffs are not leaving much. The staffs are happy. They are being well paid. They are being well taken care of. Their staff welfare is good. But if the attrition rate is high, it means that the company is doing terribly. They are not paid. The staffs are not happy. A lot of people are leaving the company. Do we understand this thing here? So that is it. Now let me move to Power BI. because we are going to take this data set and do all this analysis and do a visualization, do everything that we're supposed to do with this and solve this KPI. But before we do that, take a look at what I was able to do. This is exactly what we are asked to do. Look at it. Everything we are asked to do here. You're supposed to get the total number of staff, total number of active staff, those that have left, that's the attrition ratio, all of these KPIs that were given. This is what we are going to do tonight. All right, so let's get into it. I'm just going to close this Power BI so that we can launch that data set. So I'm going to just launch my Power BI right now so that we can bring in this data set and begin to solve everything. I believe we don't have any question with this explanation here. Explanation of the data set, because we are going into Power BI right now. Any
We are okay.
questions? Okay, you're okay, right?
Yeah.
All right. So can you see my Power BI dashboard? My Power BI? Mr. Lalik, you can
Yes,
see it?
we can.
Okay, fine. So I am going to click on blank reports. It will bring me into this blank area. So of course, the first thing we should do is to bring in the data, right? So when we go to click on Excel, you can see it is going to give you only the Excel file because you can't import the KPI here. Why? Why can't we import it here? Because the KPI is a Word file. It's not an Excel file, all right? So I'm just going to import it, double click to import it. So after loading, it's going to load. After loading, you are going to, first of all, use your Power Query to make sure that you clean the data, to make sure that the data is cleaned, right? So you click on the file, then you may want to load this straight up if you think you're okay, because you can see from here, you can just go through it. If everything is fine by you, you just load it straight. But I prefer to transform it, click on transform data to check my data and make sure that everything is fine. Because if you move a dirty data into your Power BI, you're going to end up with a very wrong result. So first thing first, we are going to check, make sure that the first row is the header. So you can see that this our applied step has already done that for us. It has promoted the first row as the header, which is fine. The next thing you want to do is to check each of these columns to make sure that the data types are correct. Make sure the data types are correct. So we already know everything about data types. Then you come here in that.
What's wrong with your background? Is very dark, it's not bright. Or is it my
Yes,
own?
that's how I set it. Can you see? Just focus. You can see this. I just want it dark so that I can focus on what I'm working on. It's from my own setting. All right. Is it disturbing you, sir?
No, go on.
Okay, fine. So let's now look at the data types and make sure that we have all of them in the right data type. So this is text. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no is text. So ABC is correct. This is text as well. This is correct. This is numbers, but it has text here. So once it has a mixture of number and text, it's going to see it as a text. So this is text, it is correct. This is text, it is correct. This is text, it is correct. So let me move it further. Department is text is correct. Education field text correct. ABC staff number is text. Employee number is numbers. Yeah, it recognizes that number, it is correct. Gender is text correct. Job role text correct. Marital status single text is correct. Overtime is correct. Age is number, that is correct. Daily rates, that is correct as well. Distance from home is numbers, is correct. Education wise is text. Monthly income is numbers. Monthly rate is numbers. So this is all correct. Well, we may want to change this to money because this is money, right? It is still correct as numbers. We can work with them as numbers, but I just prefer changing them to fixed decimal because it's money, right? It's money. So I'll change this one to fixed decimal as well. Monthly rate is also money. So I want to make sure you can work with them as number. It's very okay. So it doesn't affect your outcome, okay? So everything here is fine. I think this data is clean. So I'll just close and apply. Then it brings us to our Power BI environment. You say what? Fine. So it has loaded our data here. So you can see that if you check the relationship, there's no point checking relationship because we have all the data in one table. So we don't have to bother about relationship. If not, you will have just come here and make sure that your relationship is okay. All right. But we'll just have one table here. So we don't have to worry about relationship. We'll come back here. So let's begin. Here's the data we need. So let's go here and check the number one thing. They say get the total number of employee. Fine. That's quite easy. So use your
Hello,
card.
sir.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Will I say I'm lost somewhere or I don't know. When you were the query, is there a way you can just in 2 or 1 minute take me back there? Is there a way? I'm sorry, class. I'm sorry, I don't know. But if it's not possible, just go ahead, please.
Say no more,
You know,
bro. We are
you
here.
did
We are here.
little fitter now.
We are here. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is when you imported the data, yes, the data set,
Yes.
when you imported it, yeah, you did some one or two starting from this attrition and the like. Is it that you
Okay.
remove the attrition and the
Okay. Now, the first thing, this is called data cleaning. Whenever you bring your data into Power BI, the first thing you should do is to clean your data. Because if you work with a dirty data that's wrong information, you're definitely going to come up with wrong insight, wrong result, wrong everything. So the first thing you must do is to spend enough time cleaning the data. This is called data cleaning. And what does that is Power Query. So what data cleaning means is that just a couple of things. You want to check out the row, make sure the rows, the data types are correct. Make sure there is no, if this one is just basically make sure everything is fine. Even though you can also do that in Excel, but this makes it easier for you. So the first thing you want to make sure that the first row here is the header of each of the columns. And the applied step automatically does that for you. If he didn't do that for you, what you'll be seeing here is column 1, column 2, column 3. That's the name of this header. So what you will simply do is to come here, use this one, click this as, say, use first row as header. Once you click it, it automatically pick the first row as the header. After doing that, the number two thing you should do is to check your data type. Make sure that all the data types are correct. Make sure that this one is text. Yes, this is normal text, so it's text. All right, it's text. This one is business, is text. So anyone that is number, make sure that it's number. This one is number now. It's not text. You can see that the data type is number. See, whole number. All right. So if it is date, make sure you change it to date. If it is text, you put it to text, just like that. You do that for all of them. Once you do, you make sure that all the data sets are correct. Then you now push it to your so if, for example, you need to rename some things, maybe because, okay, like for example, this CF, that place that says CF, this CF now, assuming we know the full meaning of CF, you may just want to change it here so that when any person sees your inside your dashboard or your reports, they won't have to start coming to ask you what is CF. But we don't know what it is, so we'll leave it the way it is. Do you understand me, sir?
Yeah.
So I'll just close and apply. Come back here. Please, are we all following?
Yeah, hello, Chris.
Yeah.
How you closed? Honestly, I wasn't able to attend the Power Query, Power BI class at all. So, how you closed to change, save change or whatever? I didn't see it. And
Okay. Well, just follow through with the class so that you can do your project. Maybe we can have a private time to talk about Power BI to bring you up, or you can go through the video and all of that. But there's going to be a record. There's a record in your account. Rewatch this video actually to get every point step by step, to put it on repeat and all that. All right. All right, sir.
all right,
Okay, good. So now let's start. The first one is, now let's look at the KPI. We need to get the total number of what? Employee. That one is easy. We need to get the total attrition. We need to get the active employees, and we need to get the attrition rate. This attrition rate has formula. And the formula for attrition rate is equal to a number of attrition, or number of ex-employee or employee that have left, hmm, over average number of employee. So this is like average total number of employee. The whole
So we
employee
have
that's in that.
double off there.
Eh?
We have double off there.
Okay. So this is the formula for attrition. Total number of employee, average total number of employee. Then everything multiplied by 100. This is your attrition rate. This is how you calculate your attrition rate. And we're going to do all of that, don't worry. So this means that we have to solve all this KPI, we have all the columns we need to do it. So we don't need, the good thing, we don't need to create any new column. We don't need to create any new table. But however, we need to create new measures. That is, we need to know, because what we have here, let me show you. What we have here now is number of employee. This is total number of employee we have. This is sum of total number of employee, but this is the count. This is the total number of employee. Remember when we did the count in Excel, it gave us the same value, right? So we have 1,700 and 1,470 employees. But out of this one, this is total number of employees. Out of here, we have some that has left. Remember, we have some ex-employee. See, ex-employee, ex-employee, ex-employee. So we need to know how many employee have left, and then we need to know active employee, because they also told us to find active employee. So this attrition means number of employees that have left. This one means number of employees that are still there working. And they are not captured in this table. There's nowhere that says this is number of employees that left. This is one that. So we need to use DAX function to find that. All right. So we need to just add a couple of few DAX function. Let's do the first one. We want to get the total number of employee. All right. So this one is total number of employee. All right. Hello. So sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear
yes,
you.
All right.
yeah.
Please, I'm so sorry. This is beyond my control. It's just my net. So I think it rained It rains, so the network is kind of bad. Yeah. So maybe when I get my first job as a data analyst, my first salary, I have to use it to pack out of this place and go to a suburb, a city center where I don't have to struggle with network. So can you see my dashboard, please? Can
Yeah,
you see my
Chris,
screen?
what, yes, what, yes. Mr. Chris,
Yo,
hello,
I can hear you.
hello.
I can hear you.
Yes, I was asking, rather than using DAX, yes, rather than using DAX, is it not possible to filter the attrition from the table so that we'll be able to get those that have left and those that are still active?
Yes, you can do that. You can do that, but um, I think the best thing is to use DAX because you need to calculate. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You need to calculate attrition rate. And you cannot use filter to do that one. It's a formula. A formula like this. And to get this one number of employee that has left, you must have gotten the attrition as a KPI or as a card. You must have gotten the total number of employee, and then you can use it to calculate attrition rate. So just follow through, you get it. So the first measure is we want to get the total number of employee. We'll have it here actually, but we want to have it at a glance, all right, as a measure. So we are going to do count to get our total number is just to count the total number of employee. So you go to number of employee and then you close it, and then here you have it. So here we'll have it as a measure, total number of employee as a measure. If you bring up your card and you call it, you're going to see that you now have total number of employee. Did you see that? Then we'll remove it. The next thing we need to have is to get another measure for the attrition. That is X employees. So I'll create a new measure again. Then this name of the measure is going to be, it's supposed to be attrition. But because we already have attrition here, if you see, it's not going to work because we already have attrition. So I'll just call it X, number of X employee, or number of attrition. That's still fine. But I just prefer X employee. Then it's going to be equal to, how do we get the number of employee? You now use what we call calculate. That's a function, calculate count of employees. So the number of employees, gets it. Then you close the bracket. Then, comma, you want to filter it for only those X employees. So you want to do filter, and the column, go to your Excel. You can see that the column is what is the column? Where X employee, look at the column. It's the CF attribution label. And you want to get for X employee. So let's copy the name here, X employee. So we are going to call that particular this thing CF attribution label equals to X employee. You close it, then you close your bracket. So this is going to go into this place, go into this column, get the number of employee, but only for the X employees. All right, you hit enter. So if we open a card for it, you can see, let me open a card for it. Look at the measure here, number of X employee. You can see out of that 1,470, over the one year period, we have 237 X employees. So we also want to get the active employee, those that are still with us, all right, and through a measure, come back here and do a new measure. Then you want to call that measure name as number of active employees. Number of active employees. Please, if you have any question, just ask, so that you don't get confused. So now, how do we get the number of active employees? The same way we got for what? Ex-employee. So you do your calculate, you do your count of number of employee, you call your number of employee, close the brackets, comma, then from your data table, the attrition label, when it is what? You go here, when it is currently employed. I just want to copy so that I don't make mistakes, because if you make mistake with the spelling, it will not work. So I want to go and copy it to be sure. So we want it to give us the count number of employees that are currently working with us. So hit enter. It will now create that measure for us, number of employees. So if you bring up your card, you can see, okay, no, let me use this one. You can see total number of employee. Let me see. You can see your total number of employee. You can see your total number of ex-employee, and you can see your total number of current employee. All right. This is approximating it. Okay, let me use single card so that we can appreciate it. This one is the total number of employee. This one is total number of ex-employees, and this one is total number of active employees. So you can now see that of 1,740 over the period of that 1 year. Only 237 left, and we still have 1,300 and what? 33. Are we following now?
Yeah, following.
All right, good. So the next thing we need to calculate now is the attrition ratio. Attrition ratio. I remember the formula that we are using: number of employees that have left the company over the average of total employee multiplied by 100. So let's try to create a new measure, but we cannot create a new measure because we don't have the average. What we have is the total number of employee, right? Total number of employee. So we need to have the average of that total number of employee first. So let's create a measure for that. So this measure is going to be the average total number of employees. Average total number of employees. So how do we get the average total number of employee? You simply say average of the total number of employee. Simple. That is it. So this gives us the average. So let's see what that average is. Average total number of employee is 1,002. 1,002 is the total average. Let's confirm if that's correct. Let's do here. Then this is the number of employees. Put it in this card. Number of employees, 2 million. Let's check the average. It is summing the total number of employees. If you check the count, it is 1,400. If you check the average, it is, so we are correct. Our DAX formula is correct. It gave us the correct thing. So that is it. Now, we now have the average. We now have the total number of people that left and the total average. That means we can now calculate the attrition ratio. So let's go ahead and create a measure to calculate that. Mr. Laliko, are you now seeing why we are using measure?
I mean,
Uh,
I can see that this is the best way. I was just
exactly.
saying that we could get the attrition and the active through if we simply just wanted in a
So it's
fly.
not It's not something that it's not something that filter can do.
No, filter can get the number, but not in this format.
All right. Yeah, filter
Yeah.
can give us all of these ones, but not this particular attrition ratio, because it must be a formula. So our attrition ratio says total number of ex-employee over the total number of average employee we have multiplied by 100, right? So we already have total number of ex-employee. So we're going to just do, it's in the data table. Is what is here. Where is it safe? Total number of ex-employee. Look at it. You just the total number of ex-employee. I don't know. Number of ex-employee divided by what? Total number of average. I think is the average total number of employee. Average total number of employee. Then you have to cover multiply everything by 100. Then multiplied by 100. Then you hit on your enter. And then you've gotten the attrition ratio. Guys, this is amazing. So let's see what our attrition ratio is. What is it? Where is it? Attrition ratio. Hey, click on it. So this is average. Sorry. Attrition ratio. So this is attrition ratio, guys. This is amazing. So from my definition of attrition ratio that I told you before, it simply tells you the ratio of the number of people that are leaving the company. All right. So what it means is that if your attrition ratio is low, that means much persons are not leaving the company. They are happy with the company. They don't want to leave. Their salary is good. Their staff welfare is okay. Right? So the company is doing well. The HR is going to, tell the boss that yes, the people are happy. And when your staff are happy, they're going to be productive, right? They're going to, do very well for your business. So how do you know an attrition ratio that is low? When you have your attrition ratio between 1 to maybe 10%, attrition ratio is measured in a percentage. When it is between 1 to 0 to 10%, it is low. It means the company is doing well with the staff welfare. But when it is average between 10 to 20, then you have problem. Not really problem, but it's normal because some staff can just get a job elsewhere that's paying higher and leave. It doesn't mean that your staff welfare is not good. That's average. But when it is now high from 20 and above, then it means that there's a problem in your company. Your staffs are not happy. You're not paying them well. You're not doing well. They are leaving. They want to leave. They are leaving. So many people are leaving your company, and it's not a good thing for you. So there are some different kind of companies, institutions that maintain a very low attrition ratio, like in the hospital. Before somebody can become a doctor, they must have gone through a long period of training. So, and the same thing with nurses and health workers. So wherever they are working, they always feel okay because they can't just leave. So hospitals, most of the times, or those highly skilled institutions, they always record low level of attrition ratio, sorry. But those other places that don't have skilled workers, like laborers, although, a construction company now, and each time they have a new contract, they always employ new people. So they always have high attrition ratio because your laborers are just looking for money to feed their family and themselves at every point. So they're always looking out for any construction company that's paying, that's job. So if, for example, you people stop working, you finish your project and you take like a week or two to get another project, most of the staff will go away and look for some people that have current project that will pay them. So that's the thing. So let's now look at whether this attrition ratio is low or high. Let's do that with pie charts. Let's do that with donut charts. So this donut chart, let's put the attrition ratio there. Yes, you can see it's big. Then let's put the total number of employee. Yeah. Then let's filter it by the average. Average. Good. Good, guys. Can you see this? The attrition ratio is so low. Can you see this thing? Please, I want to make it bigger. I don't know if you're seeing. It is just 2.2%. See, while the total number of staff is 97.7%. So in the whole year, complete one full year, only 2.2 people left, either through resignation, could be mostly through retirement, but in the further analysis that we're going to do, we're going to discover how they left, whether it's through retirement or not. Okay, but this is good. It means that this, like I mentioned, hospitals always record low attrition ratio. So you can see that from here, out of 1,700, 1,470, only 227 left in a whole year, and they were able to retain 1,233. So this is good. The company is very good. All right. All right. So is there any question? Hello? I hope I didn't lose your. Have I lost you guys again? Hello? Very good. Hello? 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 Hey, God. Hey, Jesus. Please, where did I lose you guys? Where did I lose you, please? Can anybody point out? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
We
Hello.
are with you, please.
Please, where did I lose you? Just someone should tell me. Let me know where to go back to.
Please, you can repeat the
Yeah,
beginning of
you
the
were looking at
chat.
yeah,
Looking at what?
the donut chart. You are using the donut chart to tell the
Okay.
attrition ratio.
Okay,
Yes,
that's good.
the
Thank God.
percentage, and it's
Thank God. So we have I think we have the average. We had okay, these are the metrics we had. We had this metric. No. Okay, let's just start answering the question so that let's start working on the KPI so that I will still touch on that. So let's start. Number one, they say get the total number of employee. Then you come here, you use your card. You can use your card to get that total number of employee. You already have that total number of employee. Good. We are done with that. Number two says what? Attrition. Attrition means what? Ex-employee, right? So we use another card. Total number of what? Ex-employee. So we have total number of ex-employee. That's fine. Then the next one says active employees. Total number of active employees. You bring your card.
Adra.
Total number of active employees.
Huh?
Good. Then the next one says,
Mr.
please
Ayodele, meet your
meet yourself. Attrition ratio. Get the attrition ratio. Bring out a card. And then attrition ratio. We've calculated that already. And this is fine. So it is always in percentage. This is always measured in percentage, but because it's a measure, I can actually tell it. So, but let me repeat that donut part where I lost you people. So I was just trying to say, explain that this attrition ratio is low. So this hospital is doing well. They are not losing a lot of staffs. They are paying well. This is how to know if a company is paying well. So if you bring up your donut chart or your pie chart, anyone you decide to use, Then you put the attrition ratio inside. Then you put the total number of staff you have, total number of staff. Then what you want to know is the average, right? So this tells you that the attrition ratio is what? Just 2%. So it means only 2% of your total staff left over a period of 1 year, which is good, which is very, very low. Very, very, very low. It is understandable. There's no way you can keep all your staff. It's possible some got better offer somewhere, some got relocation opportunity and traveled abroad. So those ones are normal. It's not the hospital's fault. Apart from those factors, they are doing well. That's what this thing means, because the attrition ratio is low. Did you get that? Out of 1,470, only 237 left in a period of 1 year. So they have a low attrition ratio. Any question, please? Is there any question?
We can't hear you, Mr.
Hello,
Chris. It's
can you hear
cracking.
me now? Hello? Hello? Can somebody hear me now?
Mr. Chris, it's cracking.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello?
We can't hear you, bro.
Let me switch to a different network. This is frustrating. Okay, fine. Yeah, we are fine now. So, I want questions on the attrition. I think that's the major thing in this assignment. Other ones I walk through, we'll just walk through them within 10 minutes. We are done. So I want questions on this attrition and other so far. Hello? Hello?
Hello, I think we are good so far.
You understand everything?
Yeah, we are with you.
Yeah.
I'm still
All
getting
right.
it.
All right, that's good. That's really
But
good.
I've not still gotten how to get a new this thing. How will I put it?
The
If
new
you want to have
measures.
new mayor, that's the only thing I've not got.
Okay. This is called the DAX. I will send you a video. Watch that video on DAX formula. I think it was. Do you have
Okay,
the
sir.
list of all the video on Power BI?
I've not got it. Just continue. Don't let me use my own tool. I've not got I've not watched them, but I will
Okay.
cope. Sure. I will surely do. Just it's my time.
It means you're enjoying the class, because for someone
Yes.
that is lagging behind in this class, this is supposed to be boring to you because you're not understanding, you know. So for you to stay this far, it means you're actually flowing and enjoying the class. Just enjoy it, you know. I believe
Yeah, sure.
when you begin to watch the video, you can understand some concept better because you are seeing
Yeah, sure.
the practical usage now. So it will be easy for
Correct.
you. So now it means we are done here. We are done with number 1 question. We can come here and copy this check. Don't mind me, Sha. Just copy the check and check it because we are done with it. Just keep value only. Can I move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
So
you
these are
can
the
go
only
ahead.
ones. These are the only ones that you're going to use your KPI card to do. Other ones are normal. This thing. So let me just put shadow there. So let me copy this one and replicate it here. Copy it, replicate it here. Copy, replicate it here. All right. So these are the KPIs. We are done. Then the next question says total employee by gender. So you simply just bring out your table. You get it. Gender. Gender is there. The number of employee. This is the total employee by gender. I think I can reduce all these ones, make them smaller. Then this one, make them smaller. Good, we are good to go. So this is the employee. So you just represent it with this thing. So from here, you can see that we have more male than female working for the hospital. We have more of male than female working in the hospital. That's what it tells you. Then we'll go back again. Let's copy this thing. We are done with this one. The next one says total departments. Come here. You bring out your what? Your table, not card table. Total department, just select departments, select total employee. So you can see for each of those departments, these are the number of employees working there. So you just convert it to a visual. You can see that we have more people in the research and development. There are more some people in the sales, and then just few people in HR. Of course, the organization HR doesn't really need to be much. It's just people that are in charge of employing people and sacking them, taking care of salaries, posting, promotions, and all that. So they are not expected to be in a hospital setting. You're expected to have more of medical staffs and sales staff than HR. That's fine. Then the next one says group CFH band. So you want to know which age brackets is, do we have more of? You bring out this, then you bring out the age band, then you bring out the what? Number of employee. So we can tell that we have more.
Sorry, Mr. Chris.
Eh?
Sorry, can I take you back? The second chat you did, sum of employee by department. In
Yeah.
the Word document where the question is, it just states total department. It did not add employee, but in your answer, I've seen you added employee.
Yes. Total
Is it that they were to be part and
who are the people in the department? Are they not employees? Are they ghosts?
no,
or is it the manager?
Okay, not really. My understanding, maybe because I was not able to attend the previous class, but my understanding was maybe there are several departments. They just want to know the department within the institution, not necessarily the workers working in the department. Yeah, that's how I understood it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, no, but what they mean is the total number of staff in each of the departments. That's the
All right.
meaning. Not you already know that you have 3 departments, HR and all that. So even from here, even if you want to know only department, you can see clearly that you have 3 departments, HR, sales, and this.
Okay.
So if you want to have just total department, it means you just bring your card and then put departments inside. Then you come here and change it to count. Sorry, you change it to this thing count. It's just 3 departments. Which doesn't make any sense. You already know by looking. So you want to know at a glance which department has more staff inside and all that. Can we proceed now?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
please, Mr. Myson, go ahead with your question. Go ahead with your question, sir. Myson. Just speak, just talk. Go ahead. Mercy.
Yeah, well done.
Okay.
Please, I wanted to ask why you click instead of card for the the number of departments or something.
Yes, that's what we just answered. If you want to use card, this is card. Then you put departments. It means you want to know the total number of departments. This thing counts, which is 3, right? This is what you mean. You want us to do.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So, but at a glance, even from here, you can still see that, okay, we have 3 departments from here now.
Yeah.
can see these three departments. You can see R&D, sales, and HR. So this is more meaningful than this one.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
All right, so can we proceed? We've done group and age. We've done group and age. So we can see that we have more of younger people working from age 25 to 34, followed by 35 to 44, followed by 45 to 50. Then lesser, they don't really employ much people under 25. Then people over 55, mostly retired. They're already retired and, and all that. So they don't have much of such people. Can you see that? So you need to be understanding the insights that you're bringing out. So this one now can tell you that there are not much people in this age range because many of them are already consultants, people in their 55. They've worked in the hospital for years. They're already consultants. Some are retired and all that. So they're no longer active. So we have more of younger people working in the working age. That's what that means. The marital status, we want to know how many married people, how many divorced people, and all that. So you want to just come here, bring out your table, marital status. You go to marital status, and then number of staff in that marital status. Then you put it here. So you can also see that more of married people are working in this company than divorced people. So probably, yeah, because this company is good, they have low attrition ratio. Most of their staff are happy, meaning they are paying them well. If they are paying you well, of course, you'll be married now, Chevy. You'll be married. So they have enough money to get married. So they have more of married people here. Then we are done with that. This. Then job roles, total job role. We need to know how many people in this particular job role have. Bring out table. Then you go to job role. Where's job role? Where's job role? Job role. Then employee. Then here. So now you can observe that we've been using this particular chart, this stacked column chart, staff column chart. So what's the reason? Because it tells the story easily. Now, this one tells the story also, but you don't want your manager or your CEO to start bending their neck just to read your insights, right? So you have to use this one so that you don't have to bend your neck to read the insights. So the next one is so this is data story. You are telling a story here. This is how data story works. You're telling a story, okay? So here, total education
No,
what?
only homework there.
Eh? Total education
Oh,
wise.
sorry.
Total education wise. All right. So you come here, you get the education wise. What is education wise? This is education wise. And you want to know the number of staffs there. And then maybe let's see if this one will work. I think no, you bent head to read, so this is fine. This one works it for us. Then the next thing is visit. I don't know why this is called. Okay. Get total monthly income for job roles. Total monthly income for job roles. Total monthly income for job roles. So you want to get job role, monthly income. You want to know each role, how much do they earn and all of that. So you can see, let's turn it to this one. You can now see that, let me open it, that sales executive, they earn highest. So which job role is earning higher salary in this year? They even earn more than managers. So the sales executive, because sales are the people that bring money into the organization, sales department. So they are the people bringing money. Definitely they should be earning more. Then followed by manager, followed by research and development, followed by marketing, followed by healthcare representative, followed by research scientists, and then laboratory technicians. So this is how they earn here by department, all right, by job role, depending on what you're doing in the organization. Are we following? Then the next one is get what? Get the total monthly rate for job role. Total monthly rate for job role. So you want to get the total monthly rate, come to monthly rate, and then job role. I think you want to do this. I hope I haven't lost you guys. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me, please?
We are together.
All right, fine. Fine. So, of course, these two things are the same, right? So this is, so they are supposed to, this is supposed, this is where that mistake is now, that monthly role and monthly income, monthly rate and monthly income. But still, I think here, executive still earn highest, and then followed by this and that. So we've done justice to this. The next one is they want you to, let me put this here. Let me put this here. Let me put this here.
Slicer.
So they want you to put a slicer for education field and department. So they want whoever is reading this your story or taking a look at this your insight, they can just say, okay, I want to check which the particular department or which particular education field. So the first one, education field, the second one. So you just come here and pick your slicer. This is it. I think you should put it here. And then you put what? Education field inside. That's all. This is it. So if I want to know for just human resource, I'll just filter it. Everything is showing for only human resource. Total number of staff in human resources, 27. Total number of people that left is 7. Total number of current employee is 20. All right, you can see the charts here. If I want to check for life science, the same thing. Marketing, the same thing. So we know that HR has the highest this thing, has the lowest this thing. So you just leave it here. You can leave your this thing like this, or you can also turn it to, I like leaving it as well, drop down. You just come to slicer setting, change it to drop down. So this is better for me. If you want to check, you just drop it down. All right, good. So you have to do your chart, you have to design your chart well. I'm just doing rough work. I will still do my own well, like design it to be fine. It has to be very, very fine. Okay. So the next thing is the last thing there is what? Slicer for department. So you also want to use create another slicer, bring in slicer, keep it here. Then put departments inside. So one can easily filter all these things by departments, HR departments. You can see number of active employee there. Then you can also filter it by human resource again. It will now, drill it down for you. So this is how this thing works, For R&D, you can see. So we are done. I think, let me see. We've done everything. And that is it. So it is now left for you to, design your, like for this one now, if I want to design it, I have to, take out many things. I'll come here, do X-axis. I don't want this label in the Y-axis. I'll just come here and turn off label, right? So I turn it off because it's not necessary. It has gone off. Another thing I want to do, I want to, this title, the title should be, you go here, go to title. The title should not be sum of. You want to have the number of employee by gender. So it should be number of employee by gender. Good. Is what it should be. Then you want to center it. Then you bring it to the center. So number of employee by gender. Then you come to grid line. You don't want grid line. You turn off grid lines. Then you just make it simple. Then you don't want this 10 million. You want to put the value on them. So you just come to data label. Turn on data label. Then you want to come down to author here. Put it at the end. So you put it there. So once you have this, you can now turn off you can now turn off values. Good. So you see, this is now clean. This is now fine. You can see how this one is. So you design it well to look good. So if someone comes and sees it at a glance, they can make this one bolder, this value here. Your data label can just go here, title, just, make it 9, increase it to 10, 11. No, you don't want title, you don't want title. So value, see the value, increase the size a little, then make it bolder, kind of. See, it's now bolder. So you do your formatting, make it look nice, design, use dashboard. This is supposed to have title, right? We did not put the title. So the title is supposed to be something like maybe CFHR performance analysis for employees over the period of 1 year, focusing on employee attribution, income analysis, and employee performance, something like that. So you put it, you give it a title. Use nice background. If you want to use background, you use, all right. So guys, that is it. Let's take questions now. I hope the class was okay. You guys understood everything. It was fun and all that. You now understand the project well. Let's start from there.
Yeah, honestly, I have, as I said, I have not joined the Power BI class before, but you've made it very simple and very exciting to do. I just hope that the recording will be posted so that at least can go back on it. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. You're welcome.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Mr. Ashish,
Yeah, I can hear you.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so thank you for the work you have done.
All
Yeah,
right.
please can you send it back to the slider within was locked out.
The slides are
Yeah,
okay. They just told you to put slicer for education field and department field. So all you need to do is just to bring in slicer. Okay, let's remove the sliders. Slicer is just going to help you to, look at a particular thing at a glance. You turn off every other thing and look at that particular one thing. So this is the slicer icon here. Just bring it in and then go to education field. Then put it in there. This is it. You've created a slicer for it. So you can go to setting and change your slicer setting to drop down if you want. But if you like it the way it is, then you don't have to do that. Then you also want to have a slicer for education, for departments. Then you put your department there. Then of course you do the same thing. Change it to drop down. So that is it. So with the slicer now, you can say, okay, I want to check for only human resources. You can see only for human resources. I want to check for medical. You can see only data for medical. All right. So do you
okay.
understand it now?
Yeah, I understand it now. Thank you so much.
All right, good. Mr. Olalikon,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm good.
you're good, all right. So,
For me, this is the first time I really understood something tangible.
in Power BI,
Yes, I understand the table, but the first part, I hope when I watch the video, where we have 1,470,
mm,
237, and that's
mm,
the only one I think if I watch the video, I will get it. But this might at
yes,
least I feel
yes,
if they can just maybe we'll beg them to just extend the date by 2 days so that we can do something tangible. So
all right, that's fine. You will understand it better. You can always ask question in the group as well. So, the ladies, Adebisi and Co. Jenny, please drop your question.
Hi, Sir Chris. Well done. I left at some point. My auntie called me, so I had to go and do something for her. But
Okay,
I believe if I rewatch the video, I'm going to get it. Thank you.
all right.
I think it's
So,
that this ratio of a thing. Is it attrition ratio? I think that was where I left, and I think that's where if it's about
Akim,
the visualization, that one, yeah, I'm okay with them.
all right, that's fine.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'll
Akim,
watch the video again. Yeah.
all
Thank
right,
you.
fine,
Hmm.
fine. You're welcome. Mr. Akim, go
sorry,
ahead. Yeah,
Yeah. Hello, sir.
I can hear you.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, sir.
I can hear
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I think I really understand and I enjoy the class very well. But where you are writing the formulas for the attrition, you are so fast there. I wanted to pick the formula, how you get the formulas, but I couldn't.
Okay, that's fine. It's just the DAX functions. When you rewatch the video, you can pause, you can replay, until you
Okay.
understand
Okay.
it. So I'm
Okay.
going to
That's
I'm
fine.
going to post the video on the
Okay.
group.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
sorry, sir. I want to ask. The video was stopping periodically. Will you
Mhm.
join them together because they would save separately?
Yes, yes, you get the complete video like that.
Hmm.
It will not cut. So are you Mr. Akim
Now I'm
body?
still
No, Mr.
You're
Akim
raising
is
your
different.
hand. You
okay.
can go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, let me bring that. I've already asked my question.
Okay, fine. So, someone mentioned about the publishing because after solving this, you can't
Hmm.
before you can submit it, you have to save and publish it to your workspace. All right. So, I am not going to do that in this video because we are all tired already and it's
Okay.
already too late. So maybe I'm going to create a different video and just post the link for you to watch. It doesn't have to be a class. But meanwhile, I posted 2 videos in the group this morning on how to create a work email. So if you work in your organization already, if you have a work email already, then you can use it because you cannot create an account on Power BI. You must sign up and you cannot sign up with your normal email. They require you to have a work email. So I did a video on how to sign up because all of you, nobody signed up. We are all not signed up. I just signed up this morning after making that video. All the things we've been doing before, you've been signed out. You always see them telling you to sign in. So you need to create an account first so that you can publish this your work on your workspace. Then that workspace, now you can now submit that file. You can now have it as a file. You can also be able to share it with anybody and the person can view it. If not, there's no way you can, save it and put it anywhere like this.
That's why they have to extend the date of this assignment so that because we are just 18 here. The other people, how will they know?
That's the
Hmm.
thing. That's the thing.
So they have to move this
So,
assignment at least by 2 days. Come me now, it's today I started learning Power BI.
oh.
In my mind, though.
That's fine. That's fine. They will do something about it.
Are,
So,
are you saying we are asked to publish it, Chris?
No, that's how will you submit the assignment?
that's what I'm saying.
That's
You are
it's a
you are supposed to sign up on
game
Power
of the game.
BI for you to be able to save this work in your workspace.
Mm.
That then you can now submit it. Except you want to snap just the picture and
And which
then
of course is now it's not be interactive because by the time you can't do your slides, you can't check whether those
Of course.
information
that
are
exactly. If you just snap it and send it, will not work. So for you to send it as a file, If you click on that assignment submission link, what he wants is a file. He said submit file. So for you to have it as a file, you have to create your work account, your Power BI account, upload it to your workspace, then you'll be able to share it. You see the share link there. But I'll make I'll make a comprehensive video on it, and maybe
So please
tomorrow.
let's rally together and let them extend the deadline by 2 days so that we can come up with something.
So when you click
Because
on,
I see that SQL is going to be is promising.
yeah,
So
it's quite easier.
let's enjoy every phase of the whole thing.
Yes. So
Let's enjoy it.
if you click on publish now, you're going to see that it is going to require to save it. When you save it, it is going to save to your Power BI workspace. This is your Power BI desktop. Then the Power BI workspace is the powerbi.com, the online version of Power BI. All right. So maybe I'll make a video on it and post for everybody to follow. All right. So if you
And
don't
by
have
the way, I enjoyed the video of that download. How to download it was stress-free.
the SQL, right?
Yes, it was just a flow. I just enjoyed myself.
All right. That's great. All right. So in the absence of any other questions, I think we can call it a night and just
So, sorry, Chris, let me ask this before.
okay.
So this means we have to do this. Is this sign up
Yes.
with create the account? If no, we can't even save it.
Yes, you have to create an account. You have to have you can see here, my name is here because I have an account. So if you check your own, what you see here is sign in. That's what you see here.
Okay.
Sign in or sign ups.
That means this one I've done now. I can't save it. I'll not log up because I was following you as we were doing it. So what to do?
Okay, that's fine. That's it. If you click
So
on
that
this
means I will just leave my Power BI on like that until I create the account.
No,
I
you
know I can
can't.
read it, but I'll watch the video again. It's fine.
Okay, fine. But you have to. This is not the final design. You have to design it well, put background.
I know. That I have to learn those ones now. With this one, I don't learn it. They have to learn other ones.
You have to put title.
Chris, that means we have to sign in before we can even
Yes. Yeah, before you can even
this.
save, before you can even save it and publish.
Before you can even save it, you have to sign in.
You have to sign in because this Power BI desktop is synchronized with their Power BI service online. So that saving, once you save your work, it automatically saves in your workspace on the online version so that you can access it anywhere. You can share it to anybody and all that. So they won't allow you to save.
Is it free? Signing on, is it free?
Yes, it's absolutely free, but you just have to have a work email. Work email that is an email that is your name at companyname.com or .ng, not the regular email of your name at gmail.com. Do you understand? So if you work
So
in
you
an
have to
organization,
create a new email.
yeah, if you work in an organization, a lot of organizations have work email. Just tell them to sign you into their work email. They'll just sign you in and give you a work email if you work in any organization like bank or anywhere, or if you work in a school. Most schools have. But if you don't work in any of
You
those,
can create your own.
yes, you can also create your own. I did a video on that. You can watch it. You can create your own and use it. I created my own and used it to sign up.
Okay, good night.
All right, bye, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you so